Hello, and welcome back to the Idea Garden. My name is Amanda, and I will be going over how to set up a 3D print in our space. We currently have 3 3D printers in the Idea Garden, 2 that print PLA, and 1 that prints TPU, also known as flexible filament. The type of slicing software will change depending on which printer is going to be used. If the model is going to be in PLA and needs to be high resolution, we may need to use the Ultimaker to print, which uses the Ultimaker Cura slicing software and printer. Prints in TPU or PLA that will not need high resolution will use the Lulzbot version of Cura and the printers. When opening Cura, it's important to choose the correct corresponding printer for the print. Our team will be able to help select the correct printer if needed. Upload a file from the folder icon or drag and drop a file into Cura. Make sure it's an STL or an OBJ file type. There are tools on the left sidebar that can be used to scale, rotate, and move the model before printing. Once the model is in the best position for printing, it's time to check the settings. When choosing the material, it's important to keep the printer in mind. We have 2 printers that print in PLA and 1 that prints in TPU. Make sure to select the correct material for the printer that will be in use. Patricia, one of the Lulzbot Taz 6s, and Roger, the Ultimaker 3 Extended, will both print with PLA, while Sally, the other Lulzbot Taz 6, will print in TPU. The PLA option in Lulzbot Cura may say verbatim or Village Plastics. They both work, and the temperature will usually range between 195 to 215 Celsius. This range in the setting is due to the change in temperature and humidity in the room it prints in. TPU will usually be called NinjaFlex in Cura, and will be kept on the default temperature for printing. Shells should be changed to be a wall line count of 3. If the model will need to be sanded afterward, a wall line count of 4 or more is recommended. This is to keep from sanding holes in the model. Infill is set at 10% most times, in a grid infill pattern. There are some prints that may need to have a higher infill percentage. It's good to have a test print to find out what is needed. In the Idea Garden, we will usually generate supports at about 50 degrees from the build plate. Depending on the model, it may need to be set at a higher degree. Support placement will determine whether the support will stay just touching the build plate or holding up areas of the model as well. Build plate adhesion will be next. Make sure to check the model and the placement of it. Most models are good with a skirt line count of 5. Some taller models will need a brim to keep them stable while printing. Brims will need a width of at least 8 millimeters. With the settings in place, the print should be ready to go. Once sliced, Cura will estimate how long the print will take and display it on the bottom right. We can also preview the print's layers and supports before saving the file out. If everything looks good, the file can be saved as a G-code to one of the removable drives and then plugged into a computer to be printed. Make sure to double check your print settings with an Idea Garden staff member before printing, so we can make sure you get the best print possible. The Idea Garden is equipped with 3 printers that are free to use with the purpose of education. That means if you are interested in learning within a more hands-on environment, come into the Idea Garden in Hine Hall 106. For more information, visit our website. To keep up with our current events, follow us on our socials. Thanks for watching our video on 3D printing. Keep an eye out for more videos from our other fellow gardeners in the future. Hope to see you all in the Idea Garden.